Hey everyone, welcome back to the AWESMR Pop channel. Today we're going to be making a giant rainbow jello Oreo cake. This was way back, but if you do remember, we did a giant Oreo cake video. That was pretty fun to make, so we thought it would be even more fun to make a jello version. As you can see from this quick preview, it looks pretty awesome. So if you're interested, stick around for full details. Alright, to make the jello portion of our Oreo cake, you will need a lot of jello. We're using 6 different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You're also going to need unflavored gelatin. This is very important. And you'll need these giant Oreo molds. You can find these online. Alright, let's start by blooming our unflavored gelatin. You're going to need 4 tablespoons. There we go. Alright, now let's mix this up for a couple of minutes. That looks good. Now let's bloom some more unflavored gelatin. You'll see why in a minute. Mix this up as well. Perfect. Now it's time to make our jello. We'll start by making red and green. You'll need 1 1/3 cup of hot water, but make it a double for each color. These molds are huge. We have a 6-ounce box of red jello. We will be using this entire packet, but split it in half. So pour half in this measuring cup, and pour the other half in this measuring cup. Perfect. Now let's add the unflavored gelatin into each of the measuring cups as well, and do this while your liquid is still hot. Mix it up until the gelatin completely dissolves. If you do see chunks after a while, just reheat your liquid and you should be good. Perfect. Now let's pour our red jello into one of the molds. And this is why we need a double, to fill it up all the way to the top. If you have a bigger measuring cup at home, then you might be able to do it in one go. Alright, now let's make our green jello. We're going to do the same thing as before. Pour half into this measuring cup. Pour the other half here. Now let's add the unflavored gelatin. Mix it up. There we go. Do the same here. Awesome. Okay, let's pour the green jello into the mold. Perfect. Now we have to put this in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours. You can also keep checking if you're in a rush. If it feels firm enough, you can move on to the next step. Now for the next colors, we only need 3 tablespoons of gelatin. Mix the first one. Now let's make the second one. Awesome. Alright, both of our colors are ready. We are going to be filling this mold up with other colors, so you will need a ruler. That way you can get exact measurements so that one color isn't bigger than the other. So we're only going to be using 1/3 of the green jello. The rest, you can just eat. I know, it's a lot, but you can keep it in the fridge and save it. Same with the red, we only need 1/3. Awesome, I am going to have so much jello to eat, but I'm not complaining. Alright, now for the next colors, you need 2 cups of hot water. Pour half of the mix into each cup of hot water. Now let's add the gelatin, mix it up, do the same here. Nice! Our orange jello is ready. Let's pour it into the mold with the red jello. Make sure the orange jello is still hot when pouring in. You want the colors to melt and blend in just a little bit. Alright, now let's make blue jello for the other mold. Give me a second. Awesome! Now let's pour the blue jello into this mold. Alright, now we have to put this in the fridge again for another few hours. Alright, we skipped that part for you. And just like before, we only need 1/3 of this color in the mold. We'll save the extra jello. Let's do the same here. Beautiful! Now you just need 1 cup of hot water for the last 2 colors. Let's pour in the yellow jello mix, but only half. Add our gelatin. Just like before, we use 3 tablespoons. There we go. Alright, now let's pour the yellow jello into this mold. Now let's make our purple jello. Add the gelatin, mix it up. And we'll pour the purple into this mold. Now I'm going to leave these in the fridge overnight just to be safe, but you can take them out on the same day after a few hours. So, before you take your Oreo Jello cake out, you have to make your cake filling. Let's bloom 1 teaspoon of gelatin. Mix this up. Perfect. Now let's add a cup of heavy cream into a cold bowl. So yeah, put your bowl in the freezer for a bit before doing this. Now let's use a hand mixer to mix this up until it gets nice and frothy. Once it's foamy like this, add 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now just mix it up until you get a smooth, creamy texture. That looks good. Now turn the mixer back on low and mix while pouring in the gelatin. Your filling should go from soft and smooth to soft and chunky. So once your gelatin is completely incorporated, your filling should turn thick like this. And we're finished. Alright, we kept these in the fridge overnight. Let's see how our Oreo Jellos turned out. Start with this one. Wow, this looks incredible. Here's a closer look at our red, orange, and yellow Oreo Jello. This thing's pretty heavy, but I kinda like it. I'm glad it's not flimsy. Personally, I think I like this color combo better. Check out this green, blue, and purple Oreo Jello. Alright, now let's put this Jello on a plate, flat side facing up. Now let's add our cake filling. Just spread a good amount all over the Jello cake. Then place the other Oreo Jello on top. Nice! Here's a closer look at our rainbow Jello Oreo cake. This is pretty gigantic. I'm pretty sure this can feed a lot of people. Oh man, last time I made the giant Oreo cake, I ate a lot of it. Looks like I'm going to be adding a few pounds soon. Now let's slice this up and see how it looks on the inside. Ooh, that looks pretty. And it definitely gives off Oreo vibes, so that's good. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, this Oreo Jello is pretty firm, but it's still got that gummy bounce to it. Anyway, it's a good thing because this Oreo Jello won't break if I slice this up some more. Watch. See, here's a beautiful Oreo Jello slice. Now it's time for the taste test. So, not as crunchy as a regular Oreo, but just as good. As you all know, I've said this many times, the gelatin reduces the sweetness, but the cream filling helps a lot. It's a super fun cake to eat. I'm a fan. Alright, now just sit back, relax, and enjoy while I slice this up and show off this cake some more. AWESMR Pop fans! Thank you so much for watching. We can't do this without you. If you're new to the channel and became a fan, click that subscribe button for more awesome stuff. And if you want to be the first person to watch our next video, hit that notification bell to have a chance. See ya!